Hi guys, it's Stacy again from Homemade in Stacy's Kitchen. Earlier I did a video, if any of you have seen it, and I made homemade cashew chicken. Mostly homemade. I did use some canned things, and that was very good. That was our dinner tonight. Now this evening, I'm making chocolate caramel bars with Abby's help. And the first thing I'm doing is I am melting a cup of butter on the stove.
Yes, she is. Well, I unwrap a whole bag of caramels. Yep. And I also, just to show you how realistic mini brands are, so I got the real caramels. And here's the mini brand version of the caramels.
Alright, so I got that down in there.
So first, I'm going to open up this.
And I have impeccably clean hands.
Yeah.
Always extremely clean hands. So I need a bowl to combine my first 6 ingredients.
This is what we got now.
So I'm going to get, and I have my pan already greased and floured. I use the pan spray with flour. It's so easy.
Yes, because you don't have to put flour on your pan first.
So the first thing is I'm going to have Abby get the flour. And we need to measure out 1.5 cups of flour. And we also need brown sugar. But I'll give you this back. And then you can, so we have room for the brown sugar. So I'm measuring this into my bowl. Here's one. Regular brown sugar for these. 1.5 cups, okay. And the cover for that. Sometimes I use the brown sugar sweetener like I did yesterday. For our muffins, I used them for the crumb topping with butter, cinnamon, and you couldn't even tell that they were so good. They make the artificial sweeteners taste so much better these days. But today I'm using the regular, so.
Yep, this is our container for brown sugar, by the way.
Okay, so 1.25 cups of brown sugar. I'm going to use my same cup because
And I am going to.
I didn't use it for anything wet.
These caramels, because these caramels are wrapped, by the way, so you have to take about 30 minutes to unwrap them.
So I'm packing this in good. Looks like a sandcastle at the beach. I mean, kinda. Okay.
I can smell that brown sugar.
So there's 1.25 cups of that. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to grab my salt. Again, I may have a dog trying to get up here. The only way I could not have her trying to help is if she's in her crate, but I don't put her in her crate.
Let me
So
show you what she looks like, you guys.
there's our crazy Daisy.
Look at the camera.
Okay, and then 1.5 cups of oatmeal. So there again, I'm going to use, I've got to hand Frankus coffee.
Yes, they're
Measuring it all into this bowl.
heavy coffee drinkers.
I did all dry, so I'm using the same measuring cup.
Yes, they're heavy coffee drinkers. They drink at least 10 cups of coffee a day.
I don't drink that much.
He does close to that. Well, probably like 3. Yeah.
I don't have my 1/2 cup, so I'll just do my 1/4 cup twice. 1 and 2.
And tell them what kind of oatmeal that is.
This is just quick oats. I mean, if you only had the regular oats, you could use them. I just always have used quick oats. And it doesn't specify, so quick oats take longer to cook or shorter to cook, and the other oats, old-fashioned oats, take longer to cook. Got my butter melted. So I'm going to take that off and let it sit for a second because it's really hot. And I'm just stirring this up. 3/4 teaspoon, so I'll just take my teaspoon and only measure it 3/4 of a way, of baking soda. because I don't have a 3/4 teaspoon measurement anyway, and so I can just do it that way. It's just fine. A little bit more. There we go. And then the last thing to put in that is the cup of butter that we melted. And so this that I'm mixing together, part of it, it's the crust and the top. And in the middle, you put the melted caramels. We have to melt them in a pan.
Which I am on.
And then also chocolate chips.
Yeah, I'm on.
This time I have milk chocolate, but you can use semi-sweet, whatever, sugar-free, whatever kind of chocolate chips you want. I just happen to have.
Yeah, that's all we could find. That's the only kind I had at the store in the small bags.
Yeah, when we looked, they were really out of chocolate chips, so we just took what we could get. The only other ones they had in stock were like peanut butter chips or
Big bags of chocolate chips.
big bags of chocolate chips, and I didn't need that much, or white chips or things like that, which you don't want. So,
So we literally got the last bag. Right, Stacey?
so yeah, so that's why I'm using that. But you, like I said, you can use whatever chips you want. I even looked for the store brand when I was there because I've used them many
And
times.
keep in mind,
They were out too.
keep in mind, you do have to unwrap all of the caramels. These caramels were hard to find.
Usually most stores carry those. They're cracked. It's just a bag of cracked caramels that you melt on the stove.
Although you guys can use any brand. Right, Stacey?
Yes. I think I have. While she's doing that, excuse me, dog. I'm going to just wash this quick because I don't have another small pan, so. And I don't need a big, huge kettle to melt some caramels in, so I'm just washing my pan. Now I gotta find a towel to dry it.
And
Here's my
stay
towel.
tuned, you guys, for basically this Christmas we're gonna do something called YouTube Fest or Vlogmas or whatever it's called. Vlogmas, yeah, Vlogmas. Basically, we're gonna vlog lots of different bakings that we do.
Yes. It's gonna be a Christmas cookie baking fest, and we're gonna be videoing as we make our
Yes,
Christmas
and especially my
cookies and candies and whatever
And
all we
just
make.
to let you guys know, when we make the eggnog, I may take a few sips of the eggnog. I love eggnog.
Okay, so put that aside here.
Eggnog is amazing. If you've tried it,
Let's see if this
so good.
if this has. Oh, it's still quite hot, but that's okay. These are so easy, but yet every time I've made these, no matter where they've gone to, whether it's potlucks at my work or my husband's work or family gatherings, they're always gone like that. They're
Yeah,
once you
especially
eat one, then you want to have
especially
another.
with my
With
mom,
the caramel and
especially
chocolate
with
in the middle.
family's gathering, we make this like banana bread stuff, and we bring it there, and by the time we leave, the whole container's empty. Right, Stacey? Everyone loves her famous banana bread because she is a chef,
Oh, I'm not a chef.
the world's
But
best chef.
I like to cook.
She's the world's best chef, you guys.
No.
So if you want something done amazingly, come get it from her.
8 tablespoons is
You know, you should have your own baking line out in the stores.
no. With 8 tablespoons, I'll just use this. So I'm going to measure out some milk while she's doing that. I need 8 tablespoons, otherwise known as a 1/4 of a cup. Or no, otherwise known as a 1/2 a cup. So I'm going to measure that here, put that in the pan, because that's what we're going to use to melt our caramels.
Your caramels are all wrapped.
Is our milk. So here's all the caramels unwrapped. I'm just gonna drop them down into this milk on the stove. And you wanna turn it down pretty low because you don't want the caramels and the milk to scorch. So you don't want a real high heat while you're melting these. I'm just gonna get out a spoon. I think I can pour this in here now. Ooh, this buttery goodness. Oh my gosh. I don't know where my help went. Abby left, I guess. Trying to push that over there. Abby, if you could grab the brown sugar here and put it away so it's not in our way. Because it's a pretty big container.
Oh yeah, but look, I want to show you guys our new
There we
Halloween window cleaners. We got these haunted house ones, super cool. We've got, well, some of our window cleaners, we'll have to get more, but we've got these ones, super cool, cats. Yeah. We've got this one with like witches and like gnomes or whatever.
So I'm just,
And here's the final one. It says trick or treat's got like a car, peppermints, ghosts, bats. So yeah, that's our window cleaners.
now that you touch that, she'll have to wash her hands before she helps more.
If I do help. And
If you could take the brown sugar and put it away,
I'm gonna
please.
walk all the way back so you guys can kind of see. I'm wearing these like light.
If you could take the brown sugar and put it away, please.
And by the way, I had school today.
If you could please take the brown sugar and put it away.
Right, Stacey?
And I'm just mixing this, yes, till I get this the butter all incorporated with the dry ingredients.
So yeah, I'm in middle school. I'm in 7th grade, right, Stacey?
Yes. And I might get a. Sorry, sometimes I tap on the side of the bowl. I'm sorry if that's loud on the video. I don't mean it to be, but I like to get my stuff off. So now I'm going to get a spatula. So if I tap that, that won't make any noise. Or at least it won't be loud. Ooh, you should see this, guys. What's better than butter, brown sugar, and oatmeal for a crust and a topping?
Sorry,
Stir
that's
these
our
a little bit, see if they're started. Just tits there. And while that's going on, I'm gonna take, well, I guess Abby left. Okay, so with my clean hands, I'm going to take and put a bunch in here, press it down into the bottom of the pan. See how much more we need. It's probably about, you probably reserve about 2/3 of it, the rest you put in. I think that should be good. You just want it to cover your pan on the bottom. And you want to pat it down because it does, like I said, it makes a crust on the top. But then it's kind of, or crust on the bottom, excuse me, but then it's kind of crumbly on top. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Tits more right here. There we go, perfect. Okay. Easiest to do if you have clean hands with your hands. And there's your nice patted down crust. And then the rest we'll just set aside. And then you bake this for 10 minutes. These are melting beautifully. after, oh, Daisy, get down. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is just not good. Try to get the dog germs off of the counter. She's crazy, like I said. Get down, Daisy. Get down. Quit trying to help yourself. Get down, get down, get down, get down. We're going to finish over here. We don't want dog germs. So I'm just wiping quick. There we go. Now it's clean. Okay. Hands are washed. Check the caramels one more time. Ooh. Okay, those are stirring nicely. Once the crust comes out, then you sprinkle the chocolate chips over that crust. Then you pour the caramel over the top of that. And then you put the rest of your topping on. And it is so good. Oh my gosh, you should see this caramel. And it smells as good as it looks. Almost entirely melted. I want to make sure it's nice and smooth. Oh, you guys, if you could smell this and smell that buttery, brown, sugary crust baking. Oh. And these are nicely melted. You realize I had these big, huge holes in my dish drain, right in my way. I have so many different bar recipes that I make. Anything from lemon to almond bars, blackberry pie bars, peaches and cream bars, you know, the old-fashioned scotcheroo bars, the Rice Krispie peanut butter bars with the chocolate on top, and I have many, many more that I make. But it seems like anytime I make these, they're always a hit. People like my other bars too, but these ones, I don't know what it is. And the other thing that I don't always add, sometimes I do, is when we put down the chocolate chips and caramel, I'm also going to sprinkle some sweetened flaked coconut. Only 6 minutes left on our crust there. Like I said, guys, I don't know what it is about these ones, but they are always a hit. I turn my burner up a little bit higher, and then I had to turn it back down, which sometimes you might have to do because, like I said, you don't want your caramels to scorch, because then your caramels or your milk, because then it's your caramels ruined. And then you got to just hope you have another bag of caramels on hand because you got to start over. That has not happened to me, but I've just done caramels so many times that I just know, and milk, they scorch so easily that I don't just go crank my heat up. Look at that caramel, guys. Oh, look at this caramely goodness. Oh. That in between with coconut, chocolate chips. Now, by all means, you don't have to put in coconut. It's just something I throw in sometimes and not always. If you're not a coconut fan, don't put it in. Or if there's anything else that you think you really don't need anything else, because these are a full bar. And when I cut them, I don't cut them super big, just because they are a little rich, but not overwhelmingly rich. They're so good. Plus, then if you cut them smaller, you can maybe have two. And so that's where we're at. Abby shouldn't say that I'm this big chef. I'm not. I cook for my family. I bake for my family. My niece, who's 20, she'll be 26 this year, I think, or something like that, 26. But when she graduated high school, she and my sister, it's my sister's daughter, they had asked me to make a whole bunch of variety of bars for her graduation open house, and they were a big hit. However, I felt kind of bad at that because my sister ordered cupcakes and they weren't hardly touched because of all the bars. So like almost too much dessert. And I kind of felt bad for that. I mean, I was glad people were enjoying my bars, but at the same time, I felt bad watching the cupcakes sit there and nobody ate them. I actually ate one, and they were good cupcakes. But people were just busy eating other stuff, I guess. But I usually, when we have family gatherings, I always do the dessert. I like to bake. I like to bake and I like to cook for my family, for family gatherings, for family holidays. But I'm by no means a chef. I enjoy it, and I just think it's fun to make a video. A lot of these things you maybe already make, or you make and you have a different twist on them. That's okay. This is just my twist and how I do them. I just like to share what I do with everybody. Get Daisy, get down. You're ridiculous. But that's my love in the kitchen. It's just something I enjoy. Only 2 minutes left, so we're almost there. We can assemble, and then I will show you the product when it's finished. But I won't keep you on while it's baking, because that's silly. And then once you put the caramel and chocolate chips and the rest of the topping on, then you just bake it for another, say, 15 minutes. And the topping gets kind of golden on top, so good. And then you want to let them cool entirely, of course, before you cut them, if you can resist. Some people in my house like to go behind me when they're not cool and pick at the top, and they don't like that. But when they're sitting there, people can't leave them. So our dog, she's just a puppy. She is 8 months old. She was born January 15th, so is that 8? Yeah, she's 8. She was just 8 months old on the 15th of this month. She's got lots of energy. She's crazy. She thinks she's got to be in the kitchen and sample everything and try to get up on counters and things. But we don't do that. So here's our crust. And okay, so I think I better get a scissors and cut this. I could try opening one, but I don't know if they will. What are you trying to do, miss? What are you trying to do? Just have to use a knife. There we go. And it's just one regular size bag of chocolate chips. Like I said, whatever kind you want to use. Sometimes to offset the sweetness of all the other stuff, I do choose semi-sweet. But like I said, this time I just had to go with what I could get. Daisy, get down. Yeah, you heard me. Okay, now I'm gonna get a spatula. Okay, make sure we get all of this caramely goodness. See how this melted caramel tastes. That is very good. Just pour this right over the top. You kind of just want to spread it so there's caramel all over it, all of it. And that hot caramel kind of starts to melt the chocolate chips. Seriously. She is a crazy puppy. She barks at things. Half the time she doesn't even know what she's barking at. Sometimes she'll see her reflection in the window at night when it's dark, and she barks at that. And we have to tell her, no, that's yours. She's a little crazy. Okay, then we're just gonna sprinkle this over the top. Oh my gosh, these are so good. And these my husband is taking to work, so I don't even get to taste them, although I might try to sneak one, but I probably won't. For one reason, I'm trying to lose weight. And so that really doesn't help if I'm tasting, sampling bars if I'm trying to lose weight. However, I may not be able to help myself. And I may have to have one before they go to his work. We'll see. Maybe this time I will have self-control. There we go. But it's not easy with these, I'm telling you. Okay. And this is what they look like now as they go into the oven. So good. So now I'm going to stick them in there for good, probably, I'd say 17 minutes. There we go. And then I will come back and show you the finished product when they're done. Hi guys, I'm back. And I have my finished bars here. They look absolutely amazing. I'm not going to cut them because they are hot. They just came out of the oven, but look how golden and yummy they look. And they're bubbly, and they just have to sit and cool. And then once they are completely cool, then you just cut them into bars. And so there you have it, chocolate caramel bars. So maybe sometime give them a try. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you all had a good day and have a good evening. And I hope you got something out of this video, and until next time, see ya guys. Bye.